Welcome to the Checkpoint. This is U24 Television, the National Youth Development. My name is John Viana Revale, the host for this evening show, and the Checkpoint comes to you every Tuesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. This evening, we are discussing the state of the rule of law post-2026 elections in Uganda. Uganda has just concluded its elections, both on a national and local level, and it is high time that the lawyers help us to understand the state of the rule of law in Uganda presently. And I have an able panel with me this evening. And starting from my far left, I have Jack Musoke Katera. You're welcome, sir. Please say hello to our viewers.
Good evening, friends. Hope we are all fine. I congratulate. Hope we are all fine. I congratulate Ugandans for having successfully passed through this election exercise and period, and I'm very glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Next, I have Obed Nankunda. He's a lawyer, and we are happy to have you, I think, on your second appearance on the Checkpoint. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Like you've heard from the great president, I'm Obed Nankunda, and I want to congratulate Ugandans upon the recently concluded elections, and happy to be here. And I believe what we're going to deliver is going to be helpful to the country.
Thank you very much. And next, I have Byomhanji Martin. He's a lawyer, and Byomhanji has been appearing on the Checkpoint several times. So welcome once again, sir.
Thank you, Vivian. Good evening, viewers. I take this honor to congratulate Ugandans upon having concluded national elections, and Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year too. We want to start with you immediately, Martin, and you help us understand what is rule of law in the first place.
Rule of law is a governing system where everyone is equal before the law, where there is independent and impartial judiciary, and where the laws are certain. To the extent that when you have an issue, you run to court for rescue, and the perpetrator is face the law, and is dealt with accordingly. And in Uganda, the supreme law of the land is a constitution. And we are lucky that we have the Constitution of 1995, which clearly stipulates fundamental rights of Ugandans, which embodies separation of powers, which also stipulates the freedoms of Ugandans, which should be respected. And when you are enjoying your freedom, you should have in your mind that there are other people to be respected. So in a nutshell, rule of law is where everyone faces the law and is treated equally.
Thank you very much. On that point, let me go to Obed to give us a scorecard of the state of Uganda presently. Martin has given us the principles governing rule of law. Are we as a country on the right path?
Well, thank you. I can say, and adding from his own voice, that Rule of law entails all those categories of items that's talked about, which includes the supremacy of the law. And we have had the ruling law or the governing law is the constitution, and which constitution clearly stipulates that the constitution shall be the supreme law of Uganda, and no any other law or custom that is inconsistent with it shall prevail. That clearly indicates that whatever we do at present, because we are now looking at presently, do we have rule of law in Uganda? Does the law apply in Uganda? I want to say yes, because we have seen everything happening in the law, including the elections that happened on the 15th, and of course subsequent elections that happened after the presidential and parliamentary elections. And when it comes to other aspects that bring out rule of law, which include the protection of human rights, we really see that the police and the security has done its part in the protection of human rights. Notwithstanding, some other areas, we can't say, even they say, even on a given party, you may not fail to get a person who is faded. In some other areas, we find that other people have stepped on other people's heads. They have violated other people's human rights, including even the security. I cannot say that security has been 100% perfect. In the course of executing their duties, some other people's rights have been violated. But of course, on a lesser extent, we can't say it cuts across the whole country. So as long as it is in certain areas, and I'm not saying that it must happen in certain areas, but we can't say that human rights are not being protected. And then we look at other areas that entail rule of law. We look at the independence, the judicial independence, and of course we all believe in the judiciary. And that's why, of course, some other people who have participated in elections and have lost, either as a result of malpractice that have happened during elections, at the end of the day, what they're waiting for is to run to court, and where the judiciary now takes its part in finding out who was on the right, who was on the wrong. And as I talk, people are waiting for the people who went through to be gazetted, because the law says you can't petition court before the gazetting, official gazetting of the person who has officially been declared as the winner. So in other words, we look at the judiciary being an independent body and which everybody believes in. Even those who have lost and those who have passed, they are all believing in the same system. So so rule of law is there in Uganda. It's all about how it is practiced and who seeks for justice in the judiciary.
Jack, I saw you somehow disagreeing. I don't know whether I didn't get you right. Do you agree with his position?
Well, I don't agree with his position, because when we talk about justice, justice is justice. You don't need to explain that there was partial justice here, it was in quotas or what. No, justice has to